Hi folks, Craig from Arms and Armor here. Today we're going to talk a little bit more about our Nordland Axe. We've done a couple videos about this before, but today we're going to talk about how to have fun in the summer throwing your axe. Our pieces are made in a solid single piece of the head, which is 4140. It has a forged cutting edge that is hardened, so it'll hold a nice sharp edge. It is mounted on a hickory haft, and that haft comes all the way through the head from the base all the way up, and is a little too large to come through the haft at the top. So it is not possible for it to come off unless that you have a catastrophic failure of the haft itself. So this piece is a real good handy axe. It's a tool-sized axe, so it's got a little more beef here than some of the modern competitive throwing axes, which get very thin, allowing for penetration of the target. But this is thin enough that it will penetrate nicely. It's also got a little bit of a back, so you can use it to put in a stake or pound a nail if need be. But it is a very nice handy axe to have all the time with you when you're camping or whatever. And then you can take it out in the backyard and have axe throwing competitions with your friends. We'll look at those and look at some of those details and about how to set it up, how you throw the axe a little bit, and talk about other aspects of this very handy and fun little toy. There you go. One aspect of throwing the axe is you want it to do one rotation on its way to the target and stick. This is done by distance and how you put your hand on the axe. If I'm up high, that'll shorten the rotation. If I'm down low, that'll lengthen the rotation. So you have to kind of get that set, get a comfortable feel for it, and then work on your distance from the target. Pace it out so that you have a consistent distance. That's the best way to get a consistent entry and stick in your target, is having that distance sorted for yourself. The key too is don't try and flip it. Don't try and take your hand and do this action. What you really want is to just throw it forward from here and then let the axe go, okay? The axe will do the rotating itself because this is so much heavier than this portion. So it'll just turn on its own very easily. You don't need to try and impart rotation, and if you do, it'll be hard to be consistent. So we'll take that and we'll look at sticking this puppy into our target. One other aspect of the throw that I want to talk about is stance. So when you throw a ball or pitch a ball, you're going to have your opposite foot forward. And it's best to get that distance set and then don't move your feet. Throw the axe as you would going through like this. Some people like to take a step when they throw. That will have a tendency to start inducing some variation in it. It's harder to get the distance right, especially starting out. If you're a beginner, keep the feet steady, throw the axe, get the right distance, and she should start sticking consistently for you. One aspect of how can you throw this axe and give yourself a real good chance to have a fun time doing it is having a good solid target. The solid part we're gonna mess with a little bit, but it's Arms and Armor, so safety third, right? But having a good solid target and what the axe lands into is one of the aspects that will make it easier or harder for you to do it. A lot of competitive axe places where you go and throw in a area that's set up and designed to have lanes and things will have targets made specially for them. Sometimes they're 2x6s and things. I like to use end grain. That works really well. One of the best things that I've found over the years is like a slice of a willow stump. You bind that with steel or even rope, and it will create almost a bristle board type situation. They work really, really well. In the case of here, I'm gonna turn the camera off for you in a sec, and I'll show you the target we're working with. So this target is designed to be a end grain. It's a bunch of scrap 2x4 chunks, and we have that all set up so it'd be like this when we're throwing at it. We have it bound with a nice bit of cable that's cinched real tight. That just kind of helps it all hold together, but then it's all glued up together as well. And you can see I had a damp towel type aspect there. One thing that really helps with sticking sometimes is keep it damp, keep a little bit of moisture on the piece. A lot of places will have like a squirt bottle that you can throw and squirt onto in doing your axe throwing. So you don't have to do it all the time, squirt it good and solid for a while and it should be good for an hour or two easy. So it's not something you have to keep doing all the time, but it does help with the preservation of the wood and the ability to kind of stick if it's got a little bit of moisture in it and not too dried out. There you go. You take your back.
Hey!